Manchester United have reportedly turned their attention towards one of Italy's most prodigious young forwards, Francesco Camarda. According to renowned transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, the Red Devils are actively monitoring the teenage sensation, who is currently on loan from AC Milan to Lecce. This interest comes amid a notable shift in Manchester United's recruitment strategy under the influence of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's partial ownership. The club, once infamous for splashing vast sums on established stars, are now placing greater emphasis on securing promising youngsters who might blossom into long-term assets for the future. Camarda, who only recently turned 17, has been making headlines across Italy and beyond. Over the weekend, he marked his name into the Serie A storybooks with a dramatic stoppage-time header in the 94th minute, securing Lecce an invaluable point. The strike not only electrified the stadium but also underlined his uncanny knack for delivering in the biggest moments. By finding the net, Camarda became one of the youngest goalscorers in Serie A across the past decade, a record that places him in rare company and heightens expectations around his career trajectory. For United, this kind of profile perfectly fits their current ethos, nurturing players who have the potential to become global icons. The young Italian is by no means a stranger to scouts and talent spotters. His name has circulated widely across Europe's scouting networks since the age of 15, when he first came to prominence with an extraordinary scoring record at youth level. Incredibly, Camarda netted 483 goals in just 87 appearances for Milan's junior sides, figures so outlandish they sound almost mythological. It is precisely that remarkable scoring rate which saw him hailed as one of the brightest prospects in Italian football, with pundits across the peninsula labeling him the future of the Azzurri. Many within Italy's footballing circles have compared his potential to that of the nation's most legendary strikers, albeit with the pressure of expectation now resting firmly on his young shoulders. His reputation soared further when he starred at the UEFA European Under-17 Championship in 2024. Leading the line for Italy, Camarda emerged not only as the tournament's top scorer but also scooped the award for Player of the Tournament. His goals propelled Italy to victory in the competition, cementing his status as the poster boy for a new generation of Italian football. Even before his latest exploits, Camarda had already made history. In 2023, he became the youngest ever player to feature in Serie A, making his debut for AC Milan at just 15 years of age. The achievement drew widespread acclaim and fueled comparisons with other teenage prodigies who had broken into senior football at similarly tender years. The following year, he achieved another milestone by stepping onto the stage of the UEFA Champions League. Featuring against Club Brugge, he became the youngest Italian to appear in the competition, and the seventh youngest in the tournament's long history. Though he even managed to score in that match, cruelly, the goal was disallowed, depriving him of yet another record-breaking moment. Despite his rapid rise, AC Milan made a pragmatic decision this summer. Recognizing the need for regular playing time at senior level, they allowed Camarda to join Lecce on loan. The deal included an option to buy for €3 million, though Milan wisely inserted a buyback clause valued at €3.8 million, a clear indication of how highly they still regard the teenager. Before he opted for Lecce, Camarda was the subject of considerable interest from Europe's elite. Journalist Matteo Moretto, speaking on Fabrizio Romano's YouTube channel, revealed that several heavyweight clubs had already been circling, eager to secure his signature. Among them were Borussia Dortmund, AS Roma, and, crucially, Manchester United. Of those suitors, Dortmund were reportedly the most insistent, reflecting their well-earned reputation for providing a platform to young forwards. Former Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane has once again found himself at the center of European football discourse, as his name has been linked with the managerial hot seat at Manchester United. The speculation emerges at a time when current head coach, Rubenamorim, is coming under increasing scrutiny following a rather underwhelming start to the new campaign at Old Trafford. Zidane, who stepped down from his post at Real Madrid in 2021, remains one of the most decorated managers of the modern era. During his tenure at the Santiago Bernabeu, he secured 200 victories from 320 matches in charge, alongside an enviable collection of silverware, 2 La Liga crowns, 3 consecutive Champions League titles, 2 UEFA Super Cups, and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. Despite this remarkable record, The Frenchman has not taken up a managerial role since his departure, leaving the football world in constant anticipation of his next move. Manchester United's hierarchy, meanwhile, are said to still be standing by Amorim publicly, yet the mood among supporters and pundits alike has turned noticeably anxious. The 3-1 defeat to Brentford over the weekend has only intensified discussions over his suitability for the role, with whispers growing that the club board have already prepared a contingency plan in the event results continue to falter. Reports emerging from Manchester Evening News suggest that United's leadership has compiled a shortlist of potential successors should the situation deteriorate further. Among the names being circulated are England manager Gareth Southgate, Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola, former Barcelona boss Xavi Hernandez, and Crystal Palace's Oliver Glasner. Zidane's inclusion, while less concrete, has added significant intrigue, given his global stature and availability. What makes the Zidane speculation particularly compelling is not only his past success but also the aura he continues to exude within footballing circles. A figure who has both graced the pitch as one of the game's finest midfielders and stood on the touchline as an elite manager, Zidane represents a unique blend of credibility and inspiration, qualities Manchester United have arguably lacked since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson. The Frenchman has also been making subtle appearances in the public eye. Recently, he shared a photograph of himself on social media during a visit to New York, posing against the city's unmistakable skyline. His presence alone was enough to spark curiosity, but combined with ongoing rumors, it has fueled the narrative that he is edging closer to a return to frontline management. In an interview with the Spanish outlet Marca, Zidane gave a carefully measured response when asked about his future intentions. He emphasized respect for those currently in managerial positions but nonetheless hinted at his readiness to return should the right opportunity present itself. His words, though diplomatic, were enough to ignite fervent speculation across Europe's sporting press. When the time arrives, it will be a true pleasure if such an opportunity arises, Zidane commented. I have paused my career for a while, but I still very much feel like a coach. The passion remains, and I am always open to seeing what lies ahead. For Manchester United fans weary of inconsistency, those remarks may well resonate as a glimmer of hope. It is worth remembering that Zidane has long been linked with the French national team as a possible heir to Didier Deschamps. With the 2026 World Cup in the United States fast approaching, many have speculated that Zidane could be positioned to take the reins once the tournament concludes. Such an appointment would be a natural progression for a man who has epitomized French football for decades. Nevertheless, United's looming presence cannot be ignored. The allure of managing one of the world's most storied clubs in the English Premier League may yet prove irresistible. While Zidane has often appeared selective about his projects, famously rejecting previous offers due to concerns over timing or alignment, it remains possible that Old Trafford could provide the stage for his dramatic managerial comeback.